Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy John, and so here's what's going on. I wanted to get you guys to up to speed on something that's pretty important to us. If you are a retailer, and especially an online retailer, um, there's something that I went to the White House for over the last a few months ago. All right, and so I was invited to the White House for a small business event, and while we were there, I literally, it was a courtesy call basically, right? And so I was like, look, I'm going to this White House because if anybody will listen to this thing that is bugging a lot of sellers, especially e-commerce sellers, then I want to bend somebody's ear. So, long story short, we're sitting there, and they have these different executive heads come in and speak. And the last guy that spoke, he spoke the longest. He was actually he was in charge of, let me see, because I got it on this memo here. Hold on a second. He was the assistant secretary to the treasury, right? So he's speaking and stuff, and I'm like, he's the treasury guy. He's not going to really have much to offer. However, I did want to at least state my cause for the record, all right? And so the deal was, I got up, and he's like, what is your question? I got up, and I asked him about what is called e-packet service. I didn't call it that, but I said that there's a disadvantage to U.S. small business owners and business owners in general, that it cost me at least $3.78 or some shit like that to send a package to my neighbor right next door to me. If I wanted to send a package that's around 8 ounces to a person that lives right next door to me through the United States Postal Service, it's going to cost me close to $3 or upwards of $3. However, I am competing against people that can send the exact same product all the way from China, and they will sell that product for 99 cents and have free shipping. I said that is a disadvantage to any American business that has to do their business through the United States Postal Service, that the United States Postal Service would allow, and listen to the words that I'm using, would allow China to have a disadvantage or an advantage over American workers. And I spoke it just like that, because I understood that for this administration, there are a few things that our president is not very happy with. One of them is the United States Postal Service, because they do postage for. The other thing he's not happy about, Amazon. And then finally, I recognize that these Chinese sellers are using marketplaces like Amazon and eBay to compete unfairly against U.S. sellers, thanks to the supplemental income or the supplemented ability for them to ship. Okay, that's a long story. I didn't make it too short. Sorry. All right. So, however, I'm standing there and I sit down, and literally I got a little applause. People are like, yeah, right on, right? And so I sit down and I let him respond. He said, Mr. Lawson, believe it or not, that actually falls up under my jurisdiction. Who knew? I had no idea, right? So I'm walking out of the White House with everybody else. This young man comes and runs up to me. He's the assistant to the Treasury guy, right? He's the assistant. If you don't know, in Washington, it's those guys, the assistants, that do all the work. So evidently, after he left the stage, he tapped the guy on the shoulder and said, hey, see if you can catch up with that guy so we can get more information. And so he takes my information down. Remember, this is months ago, like 2.5 months ago. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm sure I'll hear from somebody. All right. Well, guess what? I didn't hear from somebody, but not until recently. So I'm going to share my screen. This is a follow-up from the small business event that I went to. And it says, hey, John, hope your summer's going well. We wanted to follow up regarding the White House briefing with the National Small Business Association you attended back in June. As you might remember, you had a question for the Treasury Assistant Secretary, Tony, I can't say his name right. I don't want to, mess it up, regarding potential exports after he provided an update on tax reform. Could you please give us a recap of your question so we can explore this further? So that right there just shows me that they were interested enough to follow up and ask me for more details. So what I did, guys, basically is I just came back to him with the details that I know about and the effects that it has. I don't know exactly how it all works. Somebody else is like, John, you need to do your homework. I'm like, dude, it's not my homework. This is my life. I don't have to do homework. I understand that if I sell this product right here and I try to ship it, it costs me 3 to 5 times more than a guy in China. That's all I know. I don't need no homework. So I'm just trying to explain it to them so that they can understand the impact that it has for business owners, especially e-commerce business owners. And I think from there, just because, like I said, the president we have right now and his objectives when it comes to leveling the playing field, particularly with Chinese imports, I think this has some legs. And it's kind of cool to be in on maybe something that could happen. Now, here's the crazy part. I started doing a little bit of the research because I wanted to put it all together. And what happened was I just found this that came from the president just a couple of days ago. This is a presidential memorandum dated August 23rd. All right? This is a memorandum for the Secretary of State, Secretary of Treasury, hello, and Homeland Security, and the Postmaster. So this is from the president talking to all of those people, right? And look at what it's talking about. Subject, modernizing the monetary reimbursement model for the delivery of goods through the international postage system and enhancing the security and safety of international mail. Now, he talks about this agreement, which is a long-term agreement. It's been around for many years. The actual one I'm talking about that really affects us is it actually was a 2011 sort of amendment to what is already out here. So what the president has written, and this is just, it's nothing yet but his memorandum. But what he is writing here, and I'm going to go down to the section that, first he's talking about the UPU, when it was established. The UPU is the United Postal something. What was it? I can't remember. United Postal right here. Universal Postal Union, all right, which is 21 countries that are all members of this United Postal Union. So if I go down here, he says, it is the policy of the United States to promote and encourage the development of efficient and competitive global system that provides for fair and non-discriminatory, right? Is that right? Yeah. It's discriminatory. That's what postal rates. It is in the interest of the United States to promote and encourage communication between peoples, promote and encourage unrestricted and undistorted competition. See this, I'm on here. Competition, provision of international postal service and other international delivery services, except for blah, blah, blah. And then somewhere in here, I can't remember, I'm getting ahead of myself, but it talks about the actual postage. Here it is. The United States, along with other member countries of the UPU, is in many cases not fully reimbursed by foreign postal operators for the cost of delivering foreign origin letter post items, which can result in substantial preferences for foreign mailers relative to domestic mailers. I'm excited. Why am I excited? Because right there, it is actually it has the language that you and I are looking for. It's talking right there about the fact that foreign postal operators are able to send postage to the American mailers. However, what his key point is in that statement is that the United States Postal Service is not being fully reimbursed by foreign postal operators, meaning that we are subsidizing the mail service that we are providing for foreign people at the disadvantage of domestic mailers, me and you. All right? Bam! So this is on the radar. I followed up with the person from the Treasury today. And then while I was doing that, and here's why I'm making this video, I went out and opened a We the People petition. And what I would really love to see, all of you are in e-commerce groups, are in different boards, everywhere. You know people that we are all being affected by this. All of us are being affected by cheap Chinese imports that get cheap postage, and they're able to price their product at a lower price than me and you simply because they're taking advantage of this very thing that I'm talking about here. And I've created a petition, and I would love for each of you to spread this one around because we need 10,000 people to sign this petition. All right? And it's just laying out in very clear terms what the desire is. We want to stop allowing the United States Postal Service to unfairly disadvantage U.S. business owners by supplementing postage for Chinese imports. And it's 3 short paragraphs. You can read it just to see what I'm asking. But at the end, I am asking the president, our leadership, and the United States Postal Service to end this unfair and detrimental program. Stop allowing the United States Postal Service to favor Chinese imports over U.S. and domestic postage because we need to put an end to this subsidy. That's what we're asking for. And I would hope that you would join in and just spread the word. That's all we need. We just need people to sign up. This is on the official WhiteHouse.gov website. I'm going to post that right now, and then I will post it in the description of this video, right? So that you guys, any of you that are willing to help me and willing to help your damn selves, it's like, no, I'm just teasing, let's take some initiative because this is something we have got to change. And the impact for many of us are really, really horrible. Horrible. And this is how the Chinese have been able to flood our marketplace in Amazon, in eBay, and on the web with 99-cent free shipping items that you and I have no capability whatsoever to sell anything and ship it for 99 cents. I don't even think I could actually sell a postcard plus shipping and make money at 99 cents. This is incredible, and I really believe, look, when it comes to small business, the one thing I recognized when I was in Washington, D.C., is this is the one issue that is nonpartisan. Everybody understands how important small business is to this country, and everybody is on board with supporting small business owners. They just need to know about this. Every congressperson I went and spoke to the following day, and every person that was at the White House had no idea about what is actually going on. And once we made mention of it, their ears stood up. They're like, dude, this is something I really believe we can get the president possibly on. So there you have it. That's my 15 minutes. I appreciate your time. I see you guys are popping stuff in. I will try to respond as I get a moment. But thank you all, and I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to post this link as soon as I get out and put it on this thing. All right, guys. Thank you for all the fingers up and the hearts and stuff. I'm out of here for now, guys. Peace.